everyone, it's my pleasure to welcome you to our video lessons for today. And today we'll be looking at the Roman numeral system of counting. If you are in grade 7 or JSS1, this very video is for you. Today we're going to look at 7 key Roman numerals you need to have at your fingertips so that you can be able to solve any question that comes on Roman numerals. If you have subscribed to my channel, I say thanks a lot for watching this video. And if you have not subscribed to my channel, I want you to hit the subscribe button now so that you can be part of those who can enjoy our video. So today we'll be looking at the Roman system of counting. Now, the Roman system of counting is more of the normal way the Romans count their alphabet. It is derived from the Romans alphabet, and the first few Roman numerals you want to know about is the Roman numeral I, and what? And IV, which is IV, and then what? V, which is the Roman numeral 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. So when working with Roman numerals, there are 7 important Roman keys, Roman symbols you need to know. I call them the 7 keys. Once you have these 7 keys in your fingertips, there is no question on Roman numerals you can solve. You want to know them? Now let's look at them. We want to look at the 7 keys. We'll look at the numbers in Arabic form, and then we'll look at their numerals in Roman numerals. Now let's go. We're going to look at each of these numbers. We'll look at each numbers and we'll look at their value in Roman numeral. Remember, I told you that they are the what? The 7 keys you need to know. The first one is number 1, the second one is number 5, the third one is number 10, the other one is number 50, the other one is number 100, the other one is number what? 500, and the other one is what? Is 1000. I call them the 7 key. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and 7. Now, number 1, the Roman numeral is what? I. 5 is what? V. 10 is what? X. 50 is what? L. 100 is what? C. And when you are given 500, you have what? D. Why finally 1000 is what? M. And I want to assure you, these 7 Roman numerals, if you can have them at your fingertips, then you can be able to solve any question on Roman numeral. But as you go about solving question on Roman numeral, I want you to note these 2 key points. When you are forming complex Roman numerals, what you need to do, having come to know this, is you should note, number 1, that when you have a smaller numeral coming behind a larger one, take note. You have a smaller numeral coming behind a larger one, you have to do what? To subtract. What do I mean by that? Now let's assume we have our C and what? D. Now you look at your D is 500, your C is what? 100. The C is smaller than what? 500, and it's coming right behind the 500. What do you have to do? My principle says you should do what? You should subtract. Take note of this. Now if you subtract this, you are going to have what? 500 minus what? 100, and that is what? 400. So you see, 400 is equal to what? C what? CD. I guess you get that. Now if you are also giving something like this, IV, definitely we wrote that out. The smaller I is right behind the bigger number V, which is 5. All you need to do is what? Subtract. 5 minus what? 1 is equal to what? 4. So you see, it's very easy when forming complex Roman numerals to know these points. Now you can also be given a value like XL. L is what? 50, and X is what? 10. That is 50 minus 10, that is what? 40. So that means XL is equal to what? 40. Very, very easy. Take note, when a small numeral comes behind a larger one, you do what? You subtract. Now the second principle is this. Number 2, when you have a smaller numeral comes in front of a larger one, you do what? You add. Let's say, take this as a very good example. We have our what? Our LX, and in this situation you do what? You add. Now let's look at few examples on this. If you have your LX, L is what? 50 and X is what? 10. So that will give you 50 plus what? 10, and this will be equal to what? 60. You see how easy it is to form complex Roman numerals. Now let's look at another example. Let's assume you are given VI. What is VI? VI is what? V is what? 5 plus what? I is what? 1, and that will give you what? 6. So that means VI is what? Is 6. Very, very simple. I want you to have these 7 keys in your fingertips and also get to know these key points, and once you know these 2 things, you can be able to solve any Roman numeral. Now we are going to look at how we are going to write Arabic number, which is our number 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 to Roman numeral, which is what? Which are these numbers? I want to also look at 2 good examples to portray this important point. Now, look forward to that example. We're going to look at example number 1. Example we'll be taking here is write 1790 to Roman words, to Roman numerals. In most of your exams, especially the BESE, NECO BESE, or the ERC, if you are taking ERC for some schools, you'll be seeing questions like this. So, how do we go about doing this? The first thing you need to do when solving this is to what? Is to expand this number. And when we expand this number, we break them into those Roman numerals we told you about. Did you still remember them? Good. We told you that I is what? I is 1. We told you that V is what? 5. We told you that X is what? 10. We told you that C is what? 100. We told you that D is what? 500. With M is equal to what? 1000. We've left 50. Our L is equal to what? 50. So these are the 7 key Roman numerals you need to know. Now let's look at how we apply them here. So if we expand this, we are going to have, let's expand 1790. If we expand 1790, we are going to have 1000, because 1 is in the 1000, plus 700, because 7 is in the hundreds, plus what? 90, plus what? Plus 0. That's the last number. 90 is in the what? Is in the tens, and nothing is here, which is what? 0 in the units. Now, why did we break this down? We expanded this so as to apply the Roman numeral, the values for the Roman numerals. Now, 1000 in Roman numerals is normally, we know it as what? M, the alphabet M. So we don't need to do that. We'll all just write what? 1000 plus. Now, how do we have 700? We have 500 plus what? 200. So we'll have what? 500 plus what? Plus 200. Then the next one we'll be having is what? 90. Of course, 90 is what? 100 minus what? 10 is what? It's 90. So we'll have what? 100 minus what? 10 is 90. So 1000 will give us our M complete. 500 will give us our what? Remember, this is what, where those key point comes in. Now, when you are adding, remember I told you, when a smaller Roman numeral comes in front of a larger one, you do what? You add. Thank you very much. I guess you remembered. And when a smaller Roman numeral comes behind the larger one, you do what? You subtract. So this time around we are adding. So that means we'll have our D and our C, and C will be in front of it. This shows that 500 is adding 100 and is adding another what? 100. Very good. So now we have what? 100 minus 90 minus 10 will give us 90, and the 90 is the 10 is what? X, while the 100 is what? C. So do you notice that the smaller one is behind the larger one? That is what? Subtraction. So combine them, D, C, C, X and what? C. That is the Roman numeral for what? For 1917 what? 1790. So you see, it's very easy if you have those key points I just gave to you. Now let's look at another good example, and in this example we will be asked to change what? We'll be asked to change 1983 to what? To Roman numeral. Now let's see how we go about doing this. Now if you are asked to change 1983 to Roman numeral, the simplest thing you need to do, as we did, the first step is to do what? To expand the value. Now we have our 1983. We want to expand this. 1 is in the what? Is in the thousands. Very good. 9 is in the what? 100. 900. Plus 8 is in the what? 80. Plus what? 3 is in the what? In the units. So you see, we've broken them into their various place value. Now the next thing you will now have to do is, you remember that your 1000 is just your 1000. It has a Roman what? It has a Roman letter. Now the next thing is 900. How can we have 900? 1000 minus 100 will give us 900. So in this aspect we will have what? Our 1000 minus what? 100 will give us our what? 900. Plus, now how do we have 80? Now it's either we subtract 20 from 100, it will give us what? 80, right? Good. So we go about doing that. 100 minus what? 20 will give us what? 80 plus 3. 3 is normal. We can have our 3, which is I, and I. And remember, when you are writing a Roman numeral, these 3 numerals must not stand together. We don't have anything like X, 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 and X. It can't be what? It can't be 4. It's wrong. But rather you can have X, X, and what? X. 3 at most. Take note of that. Now let's look at that. We are going to now analyze this. So 1000 is what? 1000 is what? M plus what? 1000 minus what? 100. Remember the rules. If you have a smaller number behind a larger one, you do what? You subtract. So since we are having subtraction here, that means 100 is behind what? 1000. So we'll have our C and what? And M, right? Now the next one we are going to look at is 100 minus what? 20. A smaller number must come behind the larger one, and that is what? 10 and what? And 10 behind what? 100 plus what? I and what? I. So do you see how we are coming to our result? Now the next step is to combine the Roman numeral, and that will give us M, CM, X, C, I, and this will be for what? 1983. So you see, it's very, very simple. At the end of this video lesson, I'm going to give you a worksheet which I want you to go about doing. Check the description section of this video. You'll see a link through which you can download the worksheet, and in that worksheet I'm going to ask you to check the year of your birth and make sure you find the Roman numeral of the year of your birth. That would be very nice. I want to see the answer in the description section, in the comment section of this video. I look forward to seeing you. I love you guys, and I want you to learn these little principles I've told you to work well for you. If you have subscribed to my channel, thanks for watching this video, and if you have not, hit the subscribe button, as we'll be bringing you the other part of this video lesson, how to convert or write Roman numeral back to what? Arabic number. You don't have to miss that video. Hit the subscribe button now to get that video. Look forward to seeing you next time.